We can put it off as long as we want, but the cursed hour is upon us. Let's do the news. That's right. It's news time, baby. Let's go. All right. Freaking fire sale on gigantic rocks today. Slow news day, I would say. Gigantic rock salt blocks for sale on flea market app. Look at these motherfuckers. Look how big these are. So one of those is probably about 4 tons. The other's about 2 tons, I reckon, of pure rock salt. A bid of just 2 yen as of news time would clinch the deal. 1.3 US pennies. Still not as much salt as one league lobby. Head to Long Beach and catch it before it's gone. It's a giant, mysterious concrete slab has washed ashore, measuring over 7 feet tall and 46 feet long. Where the f did this thing come from? Yeah, people are just like, why is it? How did it get here? How do we get rid of it? So apparently it's made up of cement, plastic, and styrofoam. Also covered in mussels, seaweed, and other sea life. So it's a gift from the sea gods. Has washed up on Long Beach. Oh, there it is. Here's the giant slab. Praise the slab. When Dagon sends you a giant concrete slab, it is not our place to question what Dagon's mysterious designs are. They said within 2 weeks they plan to tear it down, so head to Long Beach while you can to worship the great god Dagon. Cast it back into the sea, you fools, before it's too late. They're back. More slabs. Giant mystery monoliths are back, yo. Remember when these were all the rage? People were finding mystery monoliths everywhere. They randomly appeared on a hill in Wales. 10-foot tall block of steel, which is shaped like a giant Toblerone. They're coming back and making their return. Nature is healing. I think this is pretty clearly aliens. You've heard of Occam's razor, right? The simplest explanation is usually the right one. I find that postulating aliens is pretty simple. All I have to do is say one word: aliens. Was the invasion of the clowns before or after the slabs? And are they connected in retrospect? Let's think about this. When were those clowns? All the street clown sightings and people being chased or attacked by clowns? Were they connected? Is this space clown stuff? This is how we test it. So there's a new monolith. Let's see if clown sightings go up. I want you all to be on high alert. I want you listening for honks. I want you watching the skies for animal balloons. Beware of strangers approaching you with comically large flowers on their lapels. Some squash the rumor of aliens, instead believing it's another elaborate piece of undercover artwork. Some people want to take all the fun out of my bizarre and random conjecturing without any evidence. Let's move on. That story's a dud. I don't think anybody in this chat is under the illusion that, like, the police are here to protect and serve, but this one's like a little bit on the nose, I think. Apparently car thefts are like through the roof in Toronto, right? Toronto Police Service Constable Marco Ricciardi recently advised that their residents simply just stop locking up their car keys. Just leave them on the front porch so that people will stop breaking into people's houses to get their car keys. To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door because thieves are breaking into homes solely to steal cars. I'm not convinced that this is the best police messaging I've ever heard. Definitely sick of the paperwork. Yeah. Oh, so that whole protect and serve thing is just like entirely PR. It is only about protecting capital and the property of the landed class. It's beyond the pale. They gotta at least keep up the appearance of like trying to prevent crime. I feel like at some point people are going to catch on that it's all a grift. Crows are the new pigeons. Murder is on the rise. They're flocking to cities more than ever before. Some popular urban roosts host more than 100,000 crows each night. They like cat food too? Oh shit. Oh, that's important information. If I'm to attract a familiar, all I need to do is go get some fancy feast. If you like piss off a crow, it will go and tell on you. And it'll like raise its babies to hate you. You might have multiple generations of crows like coming for you and coming for your family. If you train birds to take spare change in dollars from around the city, is that stealing or not? It absolutely is. And it's also very cool and should be encouraged because it's cool as hell. Bread-related crime on the rise. Somebody knew that 100,000 crows were moving in, and they dumped their offerings, you know? Hordes of crows, also known as mass murders. A Henderson-based funeral casket supplier came across the mini loaves. So when Jesus produces miraculous loaves out of nowhere, it's a miracle. But when I do it, it's dumping in an unauthorized zone. Train the local crows that leaving spare change for the bread, sit back and profit, right? This guy is not thinking, he's not crow-maxing his business. Oh my God. As of today, it is still there. If y'all want to get some free bread, head on down to Henderson. There's just a ton of it out there. Yeah, he's definitely carb loaded here. And there's your proof right there. That's the yeast of your worries, my friend. A 100-year-old snapping turtle has mysteriously disappeared without a trace while on a vehicle ride with its owner. Now, I didn't know that you could keep a snapping turtle as a pet. Now that I know that you can, I'm still pretty convinced that you shouldn't. His name is Thanos, and he's on the loose. If you're in the North Kakalaki area, keep your eyes open for Thanos. Thanos rampaging at a very slow speed. It's almost like losing a piece of myself, to be honest with you, which is exactly what will happen to you if you try to capture Thanos. They can grow up to 220 pounds, have powerful jaws with a bite force of 1,000 pounds. Be careful, do not handle him. Let's get Thanos home, everybody. I want Thanos to get home safe and sound. North Carolina is having a wild time. Thanos is loose in North Carolina, and also the second great emu war is upon us. What's the collective noun for emus? Like a murder of crows. A group of emus is called a mob. Nice. A militia. I like a militia. I know emus are not particularly scary on paper, but if I'm out in the woods and I see one come around a corner, like, I'm gonna have a visceral response. Imagine you're walking through the woods and you see an emu footprint. Like, what's your first thought? Like, probably not emu, probably monster. Y'all hear the reconstructed T-Rex call? It's haunting. Oh no. I would love to hear that. I've never wanted to hide under a log in the primeval forest, like, more in my life. Mating call? I can see the appeal. It is bassy. Gracious. That's terrifying. Okay, this one's kind of f***ed up. So the Buddha does not traditionally have like a super high KD ratio. He notched one this weekend. A man's drug-fueled rampage in a temple in Thailand ended suddenly when he was fatally impaled by the spiked head of a Buddha statue. Now they say, if you meet Buddha on the road, kill him. Because it's kill or be killed out here with Buddha, I swear to God. One of the temple's like live-in monks decided that he was going to do a little bit of meth with his friend Ek. On the morning of his death, Ek allegedly consumed some amphetamine. Apparently Ek decided to climb like a big old statue to try to like break one that was like way up high with a stick, and he slipped and fell on top of a Buddha statue. Anyway, don't f with the Buddha. Buddha will just straight up put you on ice. The brood is coming. The swarm approaches. The simultaneous emergence of two enormous adjacent broods of periodical cicadas. More than 1 trillion of these noisy bugs are set to pop out of the ground starting around late April. Obviously, there's going to be like a giant swarm of entomologists coming to like observe the brood. But also there is apparently also this subculture of cicada eaters. It's not a big group of people. There is a number of people in this world who are like, oh, hell yeah. A cicada brood is about to hatch. I'm gonna go eat those little fuckers. I know they just spent 13 years underground waiting for the chance to come out, scream for 3 days, breed as hard as they can, and die. But I'm gonna eat them first, which I think is pretty rude. I think that's pretty inconsiderate. All right, chat. What would it take to get you to eat a cicada? Ranch? Ranch is all it would take? Okay. Fair enough. I like your spirit. Just fry that thing and I'll eat it. I would hear you out if it was fried and we had some Frank's Red Hot on hand. Get them while they're hot. If you do a taste test, let me know how it goes. Montana man pleads guilty to creating massive Frankensheep with cloned animal parts. Pleaded guilty Tuesday to 2 felony wildlife crimes. I wonder if those crimes had pre-existing names or if they kind of had to make up new ones. Average male can weigh over 300 pounds with horns over 5 feet wide. So these are sheep big enough to be hunted like for sport, to be sold and hunted as trophies. I imagine that this particular strain of hybrid giant Frankensheep was probably destroyed by federal marshals. The rats, they're all high. The rats are eating our marijuana. Rodents have infested police headquarters, scattering feces across desks and feasting on narcotics. Just living the dream in there. Hey, what happened to all the marijuana in the evidence room? The rats ate it. Send me video or it did not happen. I want to see these high as rats. One NOPD veteran, speaking anonymously, said the headquarters building has been infested with vermin for his nearly 2 decades on the force. Yeah, we call them cops. Get a free treat just for chopping down a jizz-smelling one. That's in the actual news article. How am I going to put this in a YouTube video? That's right. We call them Bradford pear trees around here. burn the Bradford pear trees. They're pretty. They get planted here on purpose. They call them decorative pears. People put them up on purpose. Upload the photo of the recently deceased, so you got to show them a picture of the corpse. Receive one free non-invasive native tree that hopefully smells a little bit better. Eradicate them all. I hate them. I don't know how to describe them. It's such a compound smell. There is something distinctly like bodily about it in like the worst possible way. I personally would gladly see them all eradicated. Start chopping. I think we've done it. We got through the lot of it. Oh, we did it, friends. That's it. We made it to the end of the news. We're finally free. Curse is lifted once more. We can do whatever we want now. Oh, we're dancing. Okay. Dance break. I don't think we've ever done a dance party in the news studio. This is hardly professional. You know, it's good. Let's loosen up a little bit in here. It's the Valacia Shuffle.